morning, everyone. Today we are going to explain Unit 1. How well do you sleep? Concerning the new vocabulary, we are going to explain each word separately. The first word, cycle, is a verb which means to ride a bicycle. Like I cycle every day to school. Second word is crosswords, which is a noun. It means a game in which you write words which are the answers to the questions in a pattern of black and white squares. Crosswords is usually seen in newspapers. Marathon is a noun, which means a running race of slightly over 26 miles, or in other words, 40 or 42 kilometers. Routine is also a noun, which means a usual or fixed way of doing things. Lifestyle is also a noun, which means someone's way of living, the things that a person or a particular group of people usually do. Fall asleep is an expression which means to start sleeping. Take a nap. The word nap is a noun, which means a short sleep that we have during the day. Word recommend is a verb, which means suggest that someone or something would be good or suitable for a job or purpose. Now we are going to answer the following dialogue. Two friends are talking about colors. First, we must read the headline of that dialogue, and then read the whole dialogue without answering to comprehend what is going on. So Grace is talking to Amy. Grace said, "What color hair have you got?" Then Amy answered. Then Grace asked the question, and the answer was, "It's hair dye. I dyed my hair last week." So, how common is hair dye in the United States? And then Amy said, about 10% of men have their hair dyed every 3 months. Grace asked the question, and then Amy answered, "It's very common in women." And then Grace reported the sentence, and then Amy said, "Natural redheads are not very common. They belong to a minority." Then Grace asked the question. Amy answered, "In Scotland, 2 out of 5 people have the gene for red hair." So they are talking about the color of their hair. So Grace asked the question, "What color hair have you got?" Amy said, "I have got red one." Grace asked the question. The answer of that question was, "It's hair dye." So the question could be, "How did you get that?" And then Grace asked the question, "How common is hair dye in the United States?" Amy would answer like, "It's not very common." And then Grace asked the question. Amy answered that question as, "It's very common in women." So, how common is hair dye in women? That is the question. Grace reported the sentence. Amy Amy replied as, "Natural redheads are not very common. They belong to a minority." So Grace could said, Natural redheads are very common, or it's the usual redheads that I see. Grace asked the question, and Amy answered. In Scotland, 2 out of 5 people have the gene for red hair. So, where is the gene for red hair could be found? This would be the question. We would move to the choose the correct answer. Number one, I the times crosswords every morning. Crosswords is the noun which goes with the verb do. So I do the times crosswords every morning. But if I say I make the times crosswords, this means that he is the publisher of the crosswords. I can the chicken in mushroom sauce in this restaurant. It's delicious. So I can recommend, which means I can suggest. Number three, exercise has become part of my daily, of course, it's routine, which means the usual things I do every day. Number four, she asleep as soon as her head hit the pillow. So she fell asleep. Number C. Okay. She doesn't have a very healthy, of course, it's lifestyle. Number six. Grandpa usually takes a after lunch. This would be nap or a short sleep. Number seven. She ran her first in just under 3 hours. This would be marathon. It's a race, and of course we choose marathon for the verb run, ran. Number eight, he is independent. Independent means he depends only in, on himself, not on other people. He to school rather than goes with his father by car. So this could be cycles. Number nine, you take an umbrella in case it rains. Of course, is recommended. So this would be recommendation. I recommend or suggest. Okay. So the following dialect would be choose also. We, number one, we went to Berlin last week. This would be number eight. How did you get there? Number two, let's play cops and droppers. I have never played cops and droppers. How did you play that? Everybody plays the game. So the answer would be number C. Well, will you show me what to do? We'll move to 1B, the secrets of long life. The word prefecture is an old English word, which is a noun, and it means region or an area where some people live. Chain, which is a noun also, is a set of connected or related things. It's it's used usually in everyday language, everyday conversation as a chain of market, like uh, like Fathallah and Carrefour. So they have different places where they had opened a new chain, a new department. Number three, dominate. Dominate is a verb which means to control or to have control over a place or a person or to be the most important person or thing. Currently is an adjective, which means now. Like, I currently have a car. Generation, which is a noun, means the people of about the same age within a society or a particular family. So the generation is about 10 years, the period of 10 years, where the people, in which the people have the same age or the same. So traditional is an adjective which means following or belonging to the customs or ways of behaving that have continued in a group of people or society for a long time without changing. So traditional could be used with any custom that is common among society. Like it's traditional to go into somebody's house with a present or a gift. It's very traditional here in Egypt. Here we are talking about the difference between do, go, and play. We would start with do. Do is a verb that has certain nouns that uh, that that follows. If we imagine that we do exercise, do gardening, do homework, do nothing, do yoga, do karate, these nouns includes effort, which people must do. So do comes with effort, while go, like go cycling, go swimming, go hiking, go running, go shopping, go surfing, these whole nouns, these whole nouns are, if we imagine that they are activity. So activities comes with the verb go. Play, like play games, play musical instruments like the piano, chords, football, tennis, basketball. So play is followed by sport or any musical instrument. So the verb do comes before an effort, go comes before an activity, play comes before musical instruments or sports. Take the choose. Now choose number one. My my little sister, the piano very well. As we have said before, the piano is a musical instrument, so it takes the verb plays. Number two, I don't enjoy shopping on Thursdays. It's always too busy, so it's going because it's an activity. Number three, they are less exercise because of their lifestyle. Less exercise is an effort, so it comes with the verb doing. My grandpa always the gardening on Fridays. Also, the gardening is an effort, so it goes with the verb does. We prefer running on Fridays to reading. I think these are not sports, but it's hobbies or activities, so it's it's playing. Question six: my father enjoys listening to music like the violin. The violin is a very traditional musical instrument, so it comes with the verb is the adjective traditional. Number seven: we always swimming in the summer. Swimming is also an activity, so it comes with the verb go. We have failed, so it's currently, because we are talking about what is happening now. We currently have failed. The supermarket announced that it was cutting the cost of all its fresh and frozen meat. The supermarket has a chain, so the chain here is announcing something to the customers. So the supermarket chain. Number 10, the younger smoke less than their parents did. We are talking about people of the same age. People of the same age. So it's generation. So number 10 is generation. Number 11, they work as a group. No one is allowed to. Here we are not talking about the leadership, dominance, or control over others. So they work as a group, so no one is allowed to dominate. These exercises would be as follows. Rearrange the stories. The answer would be number C. 2, 1, 5, 3, 4. The reading comprehension, it's very short paragraph. It only asks you to answer the question critically. It also it is also talking about critical reading. The critical reading. As you see, critical reading is a demanding process. To read critically, you must slow down your reading and, with a pencil in your hand, perform specific operations on the text. Mark up the text with your reactions, conclusions, and questions. When you read, become an active participant. Here, the paragraph best supports the statement that, of course, it's C. Critical reading requires thoughtful and careful attention. Now we are moving to page number 5. Fill in the gaps with the suitable word. Shape, dominate, lifestyle, routine, recommend, do, make. Question number 1. Don't put off what you can do today till tomorrow. So the first question would be do. Number 2. Can you, a classmate who can take up the job? Of course, it's a suggestion or a recommendation. So can you recommend? Number 3. Making exercise is a part of my mom's daily. Of course, it's routine. Number 4. Regular exercise is a part of a healthy, of course, it's lifestyle. The book is expected to the bestseller lists. Of course, it's dominate or control. He now owns a of 970 food stores. Of course, we are talking about the food store like Fatah. So it has chain. He now owns chain. Give one word is just a word. We will move to the grammar. Now we are talking about the present simple. And of course, we all know the present simple, the simple present. Of course, the form, as you see, is in the affirmative one is go or goes. Of course, we know that go comes with the plural nouns or I. Goes comes with the singular nouns. Negative form is don't go or doesn't go. And the interrogative one is do go or does go. And of course, we use the simple present to talk about things that are generally true. So we are talking about truth, like the sun sets in the west. Or we are talking about routines or habits, like Emilia always goes shopping on Saturdays. this is happened, so it comes in the simple present. Or permanent states, like William is a great grandfather. So now we are talking about the simple present as a permanent state or a permanent action that always happens. And of course, the last thing which refers to the future. So the present simple could talk about the permanent action as it always happens, or an action that will happen in the future. And of course, it's timetable action. Like the coach to Sharm Sheikh leaves at 10 a.m. on Friday. So it's a timetable, it's a scheduled one. So every timetable or schedule, even if it happens in the future, we use the simple present. So some people may say that my exam will be on Saturday. This will be the wrong statement because the exam has a timetable or is timetabled action. So this would be our exam. My exam is on next Saturday. The time expression we use in this tense is every day or every month or every year, every summer, or every every other day, once, twice a week, at weekend, in January, morning, afternoon, in evening, at night, Tuesdays, Friday mornings, etc. The adverbs of frequency we use in this tense. We use some adverbs of frequency in the simple present. And of course, these adverbs of frequency could be used with another tense, like the past simple tense. Of course, we use these adverbs to indicate the frequency of the action. And we have some syntactic or grammatical use for these adverbs. We often use these adverbs of frequency before the main verb. But if we use verb to be, am or is or are, we are using it after verb to be. So, like these examples, I sometimes go to the theater. Of course, we see the verb go here in the simple present, but it is preceded by the word sometimes, or the adverb sometimes. So these adverbs of frequency comes before the main verb, but after verb to be. Of course, as you see, always, usually, often, sometimes, you already know them, and the word ever and never. While there are some adverbs called rarely, hardly, and seldom. They means that the action happens every now and then. We are moving now to the present continuous tense or the present progressive tense. In the affirmative, of course, we know it. In the affirmative, I am working, or we use the verb are followed by the ing form, or the verb is followed by the ing form. And in the negative, we don't use don't or doesn't. We use not included after or coming after verb to be, like I'm not working. And the interrogative one is am I working? Are you working? Is she working? And of course, we use the present progressive tense to talk about actions that are in progress at the time of speaking. Like I'm reading a book about psychology at the moment. So I'm talking about something happening in the meantime. Or we are talking about actions that are in progress around the time of speaking, not just at the moment of speaking. Like he is looking for a more challenging job. So this is not happening now only, it is happening around the time we are talking. Or situations that are temporary. Temporary means that is happening now and not all the time happens. We are traveling around Mexico for a week. Or when we describe what is happening in a picture. Some children are running around in the playground. So we are talking about or explaining what is happening in a picture. So to sum up, all the present progressive tense is talking about a temporary action. So the present simple tense is talking about permanent action, and while the present progressive tense, the present continuous tense, is talking about a temporary action. And of course, we use the simple present to express the future, to talk about the future in a timetable. While in the present progressive, we use the present progressive to talk about future, but for plans, sorry, for arrangements for the future. Like we are moving to a bigger house next month. We have arranged everything. Okay, so if I'm talking about the future, I could use the present simple and the present progressive. Of course, the last thing that we are talking about is the situation that are changing or developing, like this example. Now that it's August, it's getting hotter. We are describing changes that is happening. The time expression we use for this tense is at the moment, now, for the time being. It has the same meaning as now. This and this, of course, is a neutral word. Like this morning, this afternoon, this evening, this week, this month, this year, and so on. And of course, today, and expressions for the future, because we have talked about the future in relation to the present progressive and the present simple. Now we are going to describe what are the stative verbs. Stative verbs or the non-action verbs. Some verbs are only used in simple present and are not used in the progressive tense. These verbs are called stative verbs. A verb that is not stative is called the dynamic verb and is usually an action. And the stative verbs are always or often verbs connected with thinking and opinions, like the verb know. I can't say she is not knowing what to do. No, of course not. Even if I use the word now in this sentence, I can't use she is not, or I can't say she is not knowing. I I should say she doesn't know what to do. And verbs in this group or the group of thinking and opinions is believe, doubt, guess, imagine, mean, remember, think, agree, and recognize. So verbs of perception or thinking and opinions should come as stative verbs, and I couldn't use them or I can't use them in the progressive tense. Other stative verbs are connected with feelings and emotions. Like I like this song. Who sings it? Of course, I can't say I'm I'm liking this song because it includes or denotate a different, totally different meaning. So other stative verbs in this group include dislike, love, prefer, want, wish, and hate. And last but not least, the verbs that are connected with senses or describe the senses, like see, hear, taste, smell, feel. Like it smells of smoke here. I can say it is smelling of smoke here. These following verbs could be used as stative or dynamic. But if I use these verbs as dynamic verbs, I use them in a totally different meaning. So if I say you are stupid, it's totally different to you are being stupid. You are stupid. Of course, it's your adjective, and I'm not. I'm saying the truth. Okay, but you are being stupid. I'm I'm totally upset because you are here. The verb to be followed by the ing has a different meaning to the usual meaning we know. It means performing or acting. So I'm upset that you are acting as a student. The word have also could be stated like I have a car. This means own. While if I use it as I am having a path, this this meaning of have is changing. It's totally changing because it's now dynamic. It has a different meaning, which means take. The word see, like I see her now. This means the ability to see. Okay, I'm talking about my ability to see. But if I say I have been seeing my boyfriend for 3 years, this means that the verb see is now dynamic. It has a different meaning, which means meeting. Okay, the word taste and the verbs that goes with the senses. This soup tastes great. I'm talking about the taste of the soup now. But if I say the chef is tasting the soup, this means that I'm talking about the his he is testing the soup. He is trying the soup to give his opinion about it. So the verbs could be stative or dynamic. If I use them as a stative, I have the same meaning of the verb. But if I use them as dynamic, I change it. And at last, the word or the verb think. I think that coffee is great. I think that coffee is great. This is my belief. Okay, while if I use the word think in the progressive tense as a dynamic verb, I means that I'm considering. Like I'm thinking about my next holiday. This means I am considering. We move now to the choices. Okay, number one, to go out tonight. This would be do you want because it's the stative verb. Number two, are you free on Saturday evening? Of course, we didn't use the verb do because there is no action verb here, or there is no action here. The plane leaves at 11:45. This, we use the simple present here to show that we are talking about a timetable, but it's in the future. Number four, does she? Of course, does is followed by the infinitive. Does she want? Number five, he always has. He always, sorry, thinks while he is having path. Number 6, do Tom and Petty have measles? Measles is a kind of disease, okay? And of course, do, I use the word, the verb do, because it's a question and it is followed by have. His sister tennis on Wednesdays. This would be plays. He to the theater tonight. He is going to the theater tonight. Number 9, Peter, his hair now. Of course, is washing. He it every day. He washes it every day. So the first sentence is present progressive tense, while the second one is a simple present. The choice is A. They like slow music. They don't like fast music. If ever, of course, I have a fever, but I don't have a sore throat. Number 12, the man at work, of course, is the man at work. Number 13, oh, someone in my seat. Now I'm talking about a temporary action, not a permanent one. So it's present progressive. It is setting. Number 14, is Suzanne is Suzanne working today? No, she is on leave. Number 15, Mrs. Anne to the boss. I'll tell her that you phoned. So it's a temporary action. Is talking. The rest of the choices do as shown in brackets and spot the mistakes would be homework. I would answer only 2 questions from do as shown in brackets and spot the mistakes. I'm going to answer question 2 in do as shown in brackets, so rewrite question. Look, you have made the same mistake again. How could I use the word, the adverb of frequency always? I can use always in the present progressives. And it's not usually done, but I use it in the present progressive to show that I'm angry, that I am upset from your reaction. So I can say the answer as you are always making the same mistake. This would show that I'm angry. So I can use always in the present progressive tense to show anger or upset. Uh, I would choose number 4. He thinks that he will get a high score. He is thinking of getting a new car. Tell the difference. Of course, the first sentence is a simple present, while the second one is a present progressive tense. The first sentence is talking about a belief. So the verb here is a statement, while the second one is talking about a considering. He is considering something. He is thinking about something else. He is thinking of getting a new car. So it's a dynamic verb. It means considering. Spot the mistakes. I would choose number 4. Number 4, she isn't meaning to be rude. The verb mean here it can't come in the progressive tense. It's a state verb. So the sentence would be she doesn't mean to be rude. The last question, she can talk to you because she listens to Turkish music. This is a temporary action. She can talk to you because she is listening to Turkish music. We will move to 1C, health and happiness. The word improve as a verb means make something better. Like I'm taking a course in English to improve my language. Measure, and of course we use it in mathematics, as a verb means to discover the exact size or amount of something. The word survey is a noun, which means an examination of opinions, of behavior, or whatever, made by asking people questions. Like the survey we made in school shows that 50% of students prefer to wear masks. Inspiration is a noun which means a feeling that makes you want to do something or gives you exciting new ideas. Culture means the way of life, especially the general customs and beliefs of a particular group of people at a particular time. Unspoiled as an adjective if we are talking about a place or an unspoiled place, uh, we mean that it's not changed or it's not damaged by people. So it stays the same. So it's beautiful because it hasn't changed or damaged by people yet. Number one, in the choice, she is her accent in German. She has been taking the course for 3 years. Of course, it is improving. She is making her accent better. The tour agent showed us an island with clean beaches. Of course, we are talking about a place and it's unspoiled. She is studying modern Japanese language and culture. The recent survey showed that 58% of people didn't know where the heart is. The machine, of course, it measures your heart rate. Number six, the golden autumn light provided there for the painting. Provided means to make something easy. So provided the inspiration for the painting. For the painting, it provides the new ideas. Number seven, we carried out a survey and it showed that 80% of the school students prefer a canteen with lower price items. The second question, figure out the meaning of the following idioms. A bit, but not a bite. A bit means a small amount. Behind the scenes means privately. To cheer up means to be happy. To bear in mind means to remember. The reading comprehension is home. We will move to the last page of Unit 1, number we are talking about here we are talking about sore throat. Sore throat means a pain in the throat, and this usually comes because of cold. Runny nose has the same idea. It's it's a nose that is running because of a cold. Earache means a pain in the ear. Die out means to disappear. Mayor means the head of the administration of a town. Vineyard is a place where grapes grow, worldwide, all over the world. Of course, the first question is died out. Dinosaurs died out millions of years ago. I have got a runny nose. Number D. The company has a worldwide reputation for quality. Reputation means fame, the noun famous. We need a mayor who is tough enough to clean up this town. A mayor means the administrator of a town. I have got I have got a sore throat. It's a custom that is it's beginning, to die out. Custom means habit, or a habit that, not a private habit, it's a society's habit. So the final page of Unit 1 would be homework. It's a pre-test, okay? I'm going to answer the dialogue, answer the speaking, and of course the writing. We have talked about the writing in the summer course and the narrative one, and of course it's so simple. You can you can use this introduction and complete the essay. This introduction would make things easy for you. Okay, this is just an introduction. I'm going to complete body paragraph and the conclusion paragraph. Okay, so body paragraphs could be at least two and at most four. The this homework would be sent. You should send this homework to me on the system. Thanks everyone. Have a good day.